Hi there, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Catherine. Welcome to a bit of my day. That's me. Um, I'm doing some little last minute touches on a strange story. There it is. So right now, I'm holding my phone myself. I record with my phone. If you're new here, fair warning, I don't have a fancy setup here. I use my phone. And I don't edit and do fancy things. I turn it on and then I turn it off. And whatever's in between, that's what we get. So I'm holding by hand because I want to show you. If you feel nauseated, hold on. So here's the set of drawers that I got the other day when I was thrifting. And initially I thought, oh, I'm going to move all my little tiny things into it. But of course, they're 12 by 12 inch drawers, and I sort of have my tiny things separated. I don't know if any of you follow Corey Dahmer, but she keeps her things in trays like this. And I thought, oh, I'm going to try that because Corey's always good, full of good ideas. I'm going to try that. And I actually am finding I do like it. This tray is different because, of course, I pick them up at thrift stores. And it was a little too big, but of all the good luck, two of my trays, and I think they're from the dollar store, Dollarama, so it's not really a dollar anymore. I'm old enough to remember when things were a dollar at Dollarama. Boy, that came in handy when I was, when Santa was stuffing stockings for 5 little ones in our family. Anyhow, I'm already off topic. It fortuitously turned out that these trays that I had been using fit into the drawer. And the nice thing about that is, if I want to, I can lift the tray out. There we go. I can lift the tray out and go through it and find what I want. And believe it or not, I know they look chaotic, but I do have things sort of in an order where I know where things are. For example, labels are here, birdies and butterflies and bugs and things are in here, tickets are in here. That is actually all birds over there, so you should be in there. This is some odds and ends. There's a few little things here that came from Happy Mail. Oh, stars came from my Crafty Crush. My very few Denison seals that I have that I love. In here I have, of course, leaves that I found. Some vintage call circles for playing bingo, and some milk caps and some little tags. These things ink nicely, and then the silver part alcohol inks nicely, and they turn out really cool looking. Some little tags that I tea dyed. Oh, what are you doing over there? You should be over here. Oh, that's what I was looking for. I'm looking for this. One time Nancy was going on vacation, and in our family, whenever you're going somewhere, we love to quote Home Alone when the neighbor's child says, "Bring me back something French." So when Nancy was leaving on vacation, I said, "Bring me back something French," and sure enough, she did. Look, it says something French and Catholic, because I love Catholic artwork, and I think it's my grandfather's mother calling to me in a way. And they're beautiful. These cards are absolutely beautiful. So obviously Catholics don't mind playing with face cards. Anyhow, so she she actually found a way to bring me back something French, because they're cool. So I actually wanted those. I think I might put one into a strange story. And there's some little collaging pieces in there, and there's some stamps from Camille. And then there's whale tail tabs and the square tabs. These, well, they're sort of rectangular. That whenever I have a piece of scrapbook paper or such, what are you doing over there? Whenever I have just a tiny little piece left over, and I'm sorry for the shadows, I've got my overhead light going. I will, and there's really not much left that I can do with that little piece, but it's big enough to make a tab. I'll make a tab out of it, and I just keep them here, and if I need a tab in a pinch, I got them ready. So that worked out really well. And then down here in the bottom, I don't have a tray for it, but this is where I'm keeping my little bits of collaging things. And I do have a few little already torn into tiny. And so whether I need them big or small, they're ready to go. So I'm really happy. And it's right here beside my desk, within arm's reach, so I don't have to get out of my chair. I can just twirl my chair around and roll over a bit to access what I need in here. And actually what I want, I think I want something out of here. I want to decorate a tab, and I wanted one of these. This is from a wallpaper border. Which one do I want? He's the same guy. Let's take him. There we go. I just want to, let's go back here. Here's my messy desk. I'm just going to show you now. The chaos is real, but when I get to this point with a journal, I give up on it being tidy, and I'm so close to being done with this. Once I've filled the tuck spots and pockets, all I'm going to do next is put an eyelet here, and then I need to decide whether I'm going to do an elastic to go around this, or whether I want to maybe do some sari silk or something. And I'm leaning towards sari silk for that. And then the last thing that always happens is my little tabs come off. So I'm really loving the profile of those open pages, the side with the open edge. It just, it's yummy, yummy, yummy. All right, what I'm going to do now is pause and get this set up onto my crane there. And then so in a second, we will be looking straight down, and you can watch my hands flail about as I get to work filling pockets in a strange story. Okay, I'll see you in a second. Okay, we're back. And so I want because this story is strange, I purposely want no rhyme or reason for the things that are in it. I want them to pique the new owner's curiosity, maybe inspire them. And so we, oh, you might have seen these yesterday on my Instagram. Again, strange. Out of Sears catalog, men's wigs and toupees, a page of men's wigs and toupees. So this part is how to measure for a wig. And then the wig. So there we go. That's a funny little journaling spot. I Frankensteined some paper, and that cool paper came from Alice. Thank you, Alice. So I've got some places to stuff here that need stuffing. I just put these in to hold it and remind me, put something in here. This came from, I saved it, last fall. We rented a little cottage down in Niagara-on-the-Lake, which we love doing. And the cottage came with some pamphlets for local wineries. Niagara-on-the-Lake has excellent wineries because it's on an area of land that Lake Ontario once completely covered. When it was more of a glacial lake, it was known as Lake Iroquois. And that the bed of what was Lake Iroquois, of course, is just fabulous soil, and it grows beautiful. The fruit that they grow in the Niagara Horseshoe region, it's called, that end of Lake Ontario, when you go around from Toronto and then down to Niagara, they call that the Horseshoe. It's just the fruit this time of year. If I was there right now, oh, it's fruit heaven. And the grapes they grow, the wineries. Anyhow, there's method to my madness. There's a winery there named the Hare Wine Company. And it's a stunningly beautiful building. The building looks like this. I think it would be a gorgeous place to have a wedding reception. And I think they do them there. Anyhow, this bunny was right there. And so I kept this pamphlet. And although we didn't go there this time, we have been there before. But I kept the pamphlet because I thought, I'm going to tea dye that. Isn't that a clever pamphlet, the layering? I just... Someone was very, very clever, and I'm still open to using some of these things another time. But I thought that bunny needed to go into a strange story. And so I got that done. Again, you spotted this if you follow me on Instagram, and it's just a journaling spot. I rather liked him. Where are you here? No, he's not going to clear up. Maybe I'm too close. I don't know why it says hope, but there's a little dog with glasses on. Well, come on. You know me and glasses. And then there's a little journaling spot there. So that's that. And then you just tie it closed. And then there's still room here if the new owner wants to glue down some paper and write there as well. What else did I do? I've got to put something in there. So again, I've put one of those in. Oh, I put butterfly wings here. Now that I copy crafted from Nick the Booksmith, and I don't know whether she came up with it or whether she copy crafted it. Get it? Instead of copycat, your copycraft. I love that. And I forget who coined that term, but it's perfect. And then I made another one of my little tuck spots that you can put things in. Maybe we'll leave that there. Now, I did a silly thing, but in a way it's a strange story, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to leave this be. This is one of my movable tags, but it was, I can't remember whether this was from the washi tape company or whether it was from a Tim Holtz tickets packet. But it was two together. This was actually long, and it was two tickets. And I just thought, oh, that would make a great movable tab. And so I simply bent it and glued it in the direction I wanted it so that it's a little crooked. And I didn't realize that that would make the other side upside down. But now looking back, I think that was fortuitous, and it's unique. So, and I liked the colors. You know me, red and yellow together. Love red and yellow together. Happy colors for me. I need to put a word snippet down here on her. I think, well, that belongs in a strange story, and that is also a tuck spot. Let's put that in there. While you were out, I stood on my head. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, I did this. I'm going to spoil the whole flip through. But I've been having so much fun. I'm so glad I decided that this was not going to be a naked journal. So I wanted a little bit extra, a little hidden spot for journaling. So a little piece of a dictionary and then a fussy cut of a clover. Then I used one of those bingo chips there. And then there's a little secret spot to write something private. So I used the word snippet, honest emotion. So maybe the author wanted to write something very emotional and honest, but not necessarily have it viewable right off the bat. And then there's this fellow peering through here and looking rather serious. And this I copy-crafted from Anna at Made by Granath. And he's on that side. And he's also a tuck spot. So he came from a book that I have on photography, the history of photography. This is from a 1950s Monopoly game. Aren't they just lovely and mashed up? My daughter found it for me. She was at the garbage dump up in cottage country that has one of those sheds where you can, you've got something good, or you can leave it in the shed, and or else if you see something in the shed that you like, you can take it. And she found a 1952, I believe, Monopoly game and brought it home for me. So what, let's do blue because he's got blue on there. Do we want Vermont or Connecticut? Let's do Connecticut since my great-great-grandfather lived in Connecticut. I have some pieces of information for him that says he was born in Connecticut, and I have others that say he was born in Ireland, and I have some other thing that makes it seem like maybe he was born on board the ship when they were coming over. At any case, it made him, upon arrival, an American citizen. And so I can say that we had an American in the family before he came up to Canada and met my great-grandmother. So since this is blue and Connecticut Avenue is blue, let's tuck that under there. And the new owner, if they want to, can put some blank paper under there and make that into a journaling card, and then he can peek through. So that's Anna's idea. And then we went through her the other day. Do you remember I unraveled the twisted floss for the burgundy colored one, and this is actually this part from that twisted floss for this. Yeah, there we go. And I thought, that's kind of cool looking, and red and gold and black, love it. So I glued it there. So it's also a tuck spot there. Let's put something in there. So that it's not empty. Oh, we got another one here. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot about him. Isn't he cute? And then, oh, look at all that space. The new owner's gonna have a wonderful time with all that space. This is old. What's that? 1914, that page. Oh, you. This is also from... This is from that book on the ships. I was hoping this would fit in there. Nope, it doesn't. What should we put in there? A tea-dyed receipt. There. I think I'm going to need more because there's 2 here. And then we need one in there. All right, I'm going to pause and get this sorted out. Hold on. I hunted high and low. I have this little butterfly book. But it's in a box. And it's sort of similar to this kind of a thing. It's for butterfly watchers that they can find so that they can see what butterfly they have spotted. And of course, it's always the one thing you want that you can't find. Oh well, I've hunted high and low, and it doesn't want to be found, so I guess it's not meant to be. But I want to, let's take you out. I just want to jazz up this little guy a bit. So, I'm thinking first a stamp. Where did I put my stamps? It's not there. Oh my goodness, it's one of those days. There we go. It's just one of those days. I think that's too wide. I've used you already, so you're not going in. Maybe we'll use you. And then we will still... So it is not sure. Collect. All right. Well, then that's what we will do. Let's do potting soil. And I need to just do a pre-stamp and see. I'm not going to use this. Yeah, that's good. Here's my professional stamping skills. I want it a little crooked. Don't like things too perfect. I should have put something underneath this, and I didn't. So it's really not going to be perfect. Oh, that's not bad. I'm happy. Okay. Whew. Put that away. Now, let's cover you up before I get something covered in ink. Now, my little book that has the front part of it is Victorian little scrap things. The back part is my postage stamps. So I want just something little and strange. Maybe a bug. I'm not sure. These are all too big. And I think they get bigger as I go. Oh, I've got some little people, little children. Let me get some tweezers. Maybe you. A little baby's head. That's strange. Why they wanted to put babies' heads on things. Those Victorians. Now, I guess I should just get out some paper for inking. And a brush. Twigs, good. I don't like the little white edge that's left, but on the other hand, sometimes it's not necessary to trim it off, especially if it's going on a brown background. I can just use Distress ink and make it brown and cover it up. Now, hold on. Okay. Just want a little bit of layering. This is too small to rip, but I don't want a straight edge. So I'll just scrunch it together before we cut it, and then we will take some threads off. And ta-da! This is leftovers from the 2 Ediths that I did. The grungy Edith and the more elegant Edith. So I'm just going to put a little bit of, let's put a bit of you on there. Let's see if you'll stay or whether that's even worth the bother. Might as well make use of those threads, put that little baby's head on it. There we go. We couldn't leave that tag just looking naked. It's not a naked journal anymore. How did I get to 30 minutes? Oh my goodness. Well, we'll go a little bit past 30, shall we? This I wanted to change. It's bothering me that they're the same width. So we're going to do a little doctoring to this. Where is a ruler? I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to just take a little bit off of there. Now I hope this paper will let me use an X-Acto on it. Sometimes they want to buckle the paper, old paper, and it doesn't like being cut by an X-Acto. That one cooperated. Yes. Thank you for your cooperation. That's better. Just something as little as that makes me happier. With junk journals, it still always comes down to the heart wants what the heart wants, and you just gotta follow your heart. So I still want that slightly inked, so it's evident that you'll see. Give me a second. And I'll show you what I was thinking. And you'll go, oh yeah, okay, I get it. And you'll either say, yeah, I like that. Or else you'll be saying to your screen, why did you do that? And you know what? It is what it is. There, see, I like that. Now it's more evident that you can flip it over and do something in there. Or else, if the new owner wants to glue them closed, they can. Thank goodness I didn't completely cut off the date here, so you can see that this paper is from the 1940s. Let's go through this a bit and see what else needs to be. I like him. Needs something in there. I need something in there. Let's put this little music card in there. Hold on. I could have used these cards when my children were taking piano. These are terrific theory music cards, and they tie-dyed beautifully, or tie-dyed, tea-dyed beautifully. But I want to match up those corners now because they got fresh corners. Let's see, there we go. All right, I like that. 33 minutes. Oh boy. Love that. With the little bee on both sides from Happy Mail. I try my best to, I've said it before, I try my best to make sure I make note of what wonderful person gifted me what. But sometimes things get put away and I haven't. There we go. And I haven't made note of it. Like, for example, these little cards came from Camille, so I wrote down Camille. And I left Nancy's note on there, so I know it came from Nancy. That sort of thing. And then I can feel grateful all over again. But if you see something in here that you sent to me, please know I am still grateful. Sometimes it's hard to still keep track. So this is tea dyed. I love finding little notepads like this at the thrift store. And sometimes these little notepads, I learned the hard way. When you soak them in the tea, the lines, this might have had lines on it. Sometimes they'll wash away. So I don't know whether that was lined or not originally. And I'm going to leave it like that. That way the paper can go somewhere else if the new owner wants it somewhere else. Or they can just leave it in there and know that it's a little tuck spot. Still not sure what I want to do with that one. That looks nice. Well, maybe I'm just going to plug away at this and keep filling little tuck spots, and that way the rest will be left so that you have some things that you haven't seen when it comes time to do the flip through. Oh, I did this. I think I did this off camera. I like that. That's the same fabric that is inside the text block and lining the spine. So it'll be a surprise whether I decide to use an elastic or not, or whether I do end up using either seam binding or sari silk to create the closure for this. That'll be a surprise. Now, this book is not going to immediately be going up for sale. I'm still looking into options other than Betsy for selling my books. I'm starting to lean towards simply going through PayPal. PayPal is quite a secure option for purchasers and for sellers and her shop owners. And thank you for joining me. If you're still here after all of that, I hope you'll take a second and click on like. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. And I really hope that you'll say hi down below, and I'll say hi back at you. Have a great week, and we'll get together again in a day or two. Take care. Bye.